Arrive at the church 15 minutes before Mass and go into the sacristy. Hang your coat up. Find the alb, the white robe that will fit you. Do this by holding up the alb to yourself to check its length. Remove hoodies or sweatshirts and hang them in the closet on the hanger you took your alb from. Do not wear bright shirts, flip-flops, shorts, or tennis shoes. Set the credence table. There is a photo and a list in the sacristy to remind you of what should be on the table. The credence table has the following items: sacramentary or book, 1 chalice, 4 cups, 2 for 7:30 a.m. Mass, 2 ciborium or bowls, 4 purificators, cloths, lavabo, towel, and bowl for washing the priest's hands, 1 cruet, small jug with wine, 1 cruet with water. Light the candle lighter in the sacristy and carry the lighter with 2 hands into the church. Walk to the center aisle, genuflect in front of the altar, and then walk up to the candle on the left side of the altar. Light that candle and then walk in front of the altar. Bow and walk to the right candle and light that one. Proceed to the tabernacle. Bow. Light one of the candles and then the other. When you have finished lighting the candles, blow out the flame on the lighter. While you are facing the last candle you lit, walk back to the bottom step in front of the altar. Genuflect and walk back into the sacristy reverently. Processing into the church. 3 altar servers, 1 cross-bearer and a server on each side. In the church vestibule, stand to the left of the doorway near Bishop Zubik's photo. Father stands behind the altar servers. Servers, hands prayerfully folded in front, fingers to fingers, palms to palms. Cross-bearer, carry the cross up high. When the music begins, all process down the center aisle. When the cross-bearer hears the words from the Gloria, either sung or spoken, with the Holy Spirit and the glory of God the Father, pick up the sacramentary book and walk to Father and be ready when the Gloria is finished. Hold the book with the top of it against your chest and your fingers holding the bottom like a book stand. Father will find the page he needs and adjust the angle of the book. The two servers prepare the altar by taking the 4 cups, 2 at 7:30 Mass, the chalice, the purificators, and the bowls up to the altar. The chalice goes to the middle of the altar, the cups and the purificators to the right, and the bowls to the left. After the altar is set, the two servers stand near the credence table to wait for Father to move toward the front of the altar to accept the gifts. Servers stand on each side of Father, not on the step but on the carpet beside Father, and wait to be handed the hosts and wine by Father. While the servers are preparing the altar, the cross-bearer takes the cross and walks to the back of the church to lead the procession of gifts. You will not process until after the ushers pass the baskets for the offertory. Remove the clear stand that holds the gospel which Father reads to the credence table. Cross-bearer moves to the left of the lectern to return the cross to the stand, and the servers with the gifts follow behind the cross-bearer. The server with the large flagon, pitcher of wine, which takes the top off the flagon, puts the top on the credence table, and moves toward the altar with the other server. The server with the bowl of hosts walks to the step at the side of the altar and waits for the server with the wine to join him or her. Both then move to the altar and place the items on the altar. The bowl is placed in the middle of the altar and the flagon of wine on the side of the altar. Servers do not bow after putting the hosts and wine on the altar. Servers then move to the credence table to get the water and wine cruets and take them to the altar. The cruet is carried in both hands with the handle facing Father. Father can then take it from you by the handle. Move together to the altar and wait until Father takes the cruet from you, uses it, and then returns it to you. Servers then bow together. The server closest to the altar will also take the empty large flagon from the altar, and servers return the empty cruets to the credence table. Servers need to bow, which is really just a nod of the head as a sign of reverence each time they serve Father. Two servers approach the altar. One server takes the bowl and water, carrying the water by the handle. The other server brings the towel folded and draped over their arm. Pour the water over Father's fingers. Father will take the towel from your arm and dry his hands. Keep your arm presented to Father, and he will drape the towel over it. Both servers bow and return to the credence table and chairs. During the consecration, the bells will be rung. When Father holds up the host and says, "This is my body, which will be given up for you," the server will gently ring the bells with 2 or 3 twists of their wrist. Repeat after Father takes the cup and says, "Do this in memory of me." When Father says, "Let us offer each other the sign of peace," all servers stand up after you kneel, and Father will come to you to make the sign of peace with the priest. After the sign of peace, return to your kneelers. Father may purify the chalices, paten, and ciborium. Look to Father to see if he chooses to do this. One server will bring the water cruet to Father. He will use the water and hand it back to you. Bow. Put it on the credence table. Return to the altar as Father purifies or cleans the chalices, and bowls. He will hand you or put to the side the cleaned items. Take the items, bow, and put them on the credence table. Repeat this until the altar has been cleared, bowing each time. As soon as Father begins to stand, the server takes the sacramentary to Father and holds it the same as before for Father to read from. When Father says the concluding rite, "Go in peace," the servers wait for movement from Father. Then the cross-bearer will bring the cross to the center aisle with the two servers following. Walk to about the third pew back, turn, and face the altar. When Father genuflects, the two servers bow. The cross-bearer does not bow. Turn and begin to process out. All items are removed from the credence table except the book and returned to the sacristy. Extinguish the candles with the candle extinguisher. Put out the altar candles first, move toward the tabernacle, bow, and then extinguish the candles. Carefully hang your alb in the closet. Return the cincture rope to the box in the closet.